What is love?
Love is God, and God is love. Love is more than emotions. Love is more than sexuality. Love is the invisible presence of the invisible God that is in and all around us, that we must learn to acknowledge and to interact with. That is love. For somebody to be waiting for love in man or woman is not to understand the OSS of love. Real love is God, the contact with Him, relationship with Him, the ability to fellowship with Him, to discover Him, to hug Him, to embrace Him, to walk with Him, to release your love to Him, to receive His love. That is real love. Now, there are affiliations of love, like love for parents, love for a wife, love for a woman, for a man. Those are just more dimensions of love that are actually inferior to the love of God and for God. The emotional love we have is just to satisfy, for love, sexual love, it's only to satisfy the flesh, basically. Sexual love doesn't do anything more than that. It just gives you ability to reproduce and have physical satisfaction. Only the flesh. Only in the flesh is needed. It doesn't last. Even while you're on the earth, it doesn't last too much. When you marry, even the most hotly in love couple, any kind of emotional love, eros kind of love, will last only for 3 years in the average. But, for some people it's just 6 months and it disappears. When I was reading about this before I married, and people were telling me about this, that love, emotions, passion disappears in a relationship, I thought, no, it will never happen to me. The way I'm feeling right now with my wife, this will be last for at least 100 years, I was thinking. But this is the way God created it. When you marry, that passion, that love, that heart love disappears. For some people it's 6 months, some people it's 1 year, for some people it's 2 years, but in the average 3 years. Love like that passion love lives only for 3 years. Now, so the reason why God allows that to happen is for you to discover Him. To discover that love, real love, is not that passion. Real love is not that, that lust. Real love is bigger than that. Real love doesn't have connection with the flesh. Real love is God. And real love is when you really begin to love somebody, not because you could sleep with them or what you could get from them, but just because of who they are, because you see God in them. And you acknowledge God in them. You love the personality of God in them. And when you discover God in a person, you are able to love them even without sleeping with them. Even when you sleep with them, it's just more emotional. But apart from the emotions, you'll still be able to love them. So that is what marriage is about. Marriage teaches you to discover real love, and it's committed love. That's why it's, in fact, fornication, living together without marriage is dangerous, because then when the emotions is over, you can take another one. Then you never discover true love. You never really discover, when the emotions is gone, that is when you are supposed to discover real love, which is always there anyway, and which is God.